Ever since Legends ZA was announced, people have been wondering when it takes place. Some people say that we're going to be demolishing the Lumios we saw in XY and then rebuilding it into a new futuristic city, highlighting that the blueprints seem to be futuristic, and of course when the civilians are highlighted, they're wearing modern clothing, not ancient or even 150 years ago clothing. I disagree with this argument. I think this is an idea of what Lumios will be rather than what is. Legends Arceus took some inspiration from the Meiji era, which was around the 1860s onward. What was France doing in the 1860s? There was an urban redevelopment plan for Paris. Out with medieval Paris, in with the modern Paris. Napoleon III had ordered Haussmann to redo Paris. Streets were crowded and narrow, which made everything from cart traffic to foot traffic go bad, not to mention sanitation wasn't the best. Streets had to be redone, boulevards were widened, and like I said, sanitation wasn't the best, and people just dumped their sewage into the rivers, or their sewage ended up in a sewer pipe that went into these rivers. If you read any novels from before this time period, you would note that in Paris, the sewers are almost always described as really crowded. Specifically in Hugo's novels, they are described as cramped, which seems really weird because sewers in Paris are infamous for being massive. So are their catacombs, but that's a different story. I brought up widening the streets because after Haussmann, it was a bit harder to barricade the streets. Old Paris's streets being narrow meant that the barricades can arise and rebellions and riots can tend to happen with ease. Isn't that right, Les Mis readers and watchers? Obviously, Lumios getting redesigned has a different circumstance. It wants to be better for both people and Pokemon, rather than just be better for people so that cholera outbreaks don't happen, and of course, rebellions are a bit harder to do in Paris. That didn't stop the Paris Commune. We're not going to isekai Caleb and Serena into the past where Napoleon III overthrew the Republic and declared himself emperor. Or maybe we will, I don't know. Who knows, maybe Legends Kyurem will take place during the American Civil War. Well, those are just my thoughts. Please consider liking, subscribing, tipping the channel on Ko-fi. This is Cyril signing off.